Hello, my name is David. I'm the Survival-gyver, and today we'll be reviewing the Boruit version 3 mini EDC light. We got two LEDs in the front, charge port on the back side where the battery is in the name. It's a Type-C charging port. It's got a magnet on the back end and a little key ring spot there, or lanyard, whichever you like for that. And on this side you have the two switches, the on-off button, which controls the front two LEDs, and a little lightning bolt controls the four on the back, or I should say side. Well, this thing is actually pretty bright. I've actually used it today, having to fix a fence in really bad weather with the what's left of Hurricane Nicole coming through. So I'm going to give you some specifications on this. It weighs about 1.2 ounces, or somewhere in between 1.1 and 1.2. My scale cannot differentiate between the two. It has what they call a turbo model. It's supposed to be about 900 lumens, which I find is probably not correct. It's probably closer to 450. And all the ratings I would recommend splitting in half from what it says. I use an Olight flashlight as a comparison. I don't have a light meter, but it doesn't quite seem to be like 900 compared to some of the other lights I've worked on before, which are usually 5-6 times the size. So here I'm going to try to give you a quick rundown of its functions and its light beams and what I think it needs to make it a much better package than it is. But that's just me. And I will probably at some point in time take this apart and come up with a solution for something that I think it needs. But that's it. All right, so first we're going to start off with the regular settings. We have turbo, which is supposed to be 900 lumens, figure about 450. It lasts for about 75 minutes. Let me bring this up a little bit. Hopefully I can get to see it. So turbo mode only works if you hold down the on and off button. The metal rings in the front, I'm assuming are heat sinks for the LEDs. They get extremely hot after a while. I don't think it's enough to burn you, but it's pretty bad. So next mode is going to be high, which is that. It's supposed to be 650 lumens with a 2-hour runtime. So that's not too bad at that point. Next we're going to go to medium. So obviously the beam is smaller. It's definitely not as bright. 450 lumens with a 3-hour runtime. Next comes low, which is 180 lumens, 6.5-hour runtime, which is still not bad at all. There is a mode lower than this for the front lights, which is, the manual calls it economic mode. I call it super low. It's somewhere between 5 and 10 lumens, so really, really low. But this lasts for about 75 hours. So if you need to do a lot of low light work, this will last for a very long time for such a small little light. So that's not too bad. In order to turn it off, you just hold for about 3 seconds, it turns off. Now the side light, which is this little lightning bolt switch here, is going to be interesting. It doesn't give me any lumen amount to check, but it does give me run times, and some of the modes are obnoxious. Specifically the last one is really obnoxious. So I'm probably going to flip it over this way. You'll still be able to see the light just fine when I get to the last two, so somebody doesn't get a nasty migraine from it. All right, so here we go. You can hold down the side light if you wanted to. You'll notice that the case glows. And the case does glow with the side light on. And also if you leave it out in the sun for quite a long time, direct sunlight, and even some artificial light, I've been able to get it to glow. It glows for about 30 minutes, and then it starts to get really, really low. It still glows, and you can still see it in a dark room, but it's still a little funky. So I'm going to turn the 2 for that, and that's going to be side light. Sorry, it's really hard to get on my camera here. I'm going to say maybe approximately 450 lumens, so it's not bad. So the whole thing glows in this case. It doesn't actually glow where you can't read anything on it. It's just my camera does not get that kind of detail. Yeah, I can't get it to show otherwise. Right. So next step is UV. So there we go. You see it glows all the way through the back. It's a purplish blue light. I've never been able to get it to show anything like blood or urine or anything else that should possibly glow. But it does glow all the way around, and this is what really activates the glowing feature for the glow in the dark. So this will be quite bright for a while. I forgot to mention, white light on the side is 9 hours. UV light is 2 hours. So for some reason it takes up a lot of power in that case. Next is red. And it's a pretty complete red. This will last for about 3 hours. Yeah, it's a bit bright. So this isn't so bad. But obviously glows all the way through the case. Next setting is bright flash. So pretty much it just flashes red. Which isn't too bad. It's a great little warning. You can put it on that magnet there, say on a car or on a building, you know, something metal on the outside if you need to warn somebody, or even on the back of a bicycle if you're riding around, kind of thing. So that's the first of the annoying ones, in my opinion. Next one is, oh, this, by the way, lasts 11 hours in red. Red flash lasts 11 hours. Next one is, I call it disco. They call it red-blue flash. That lasts for about 5 hours, and it goes red to blue to UV to white to red to blue. And it's obnoxious, in my opinion anyway. Here we go. So we got red and blue, red and blue. It looks like a police car, back and forth. And now, mind you, the LEDs are facing down. So because this is super bright, now it's going to that purple UV color and then back to red and blue. It is really bright, and this should last about 5 hours. In order to turn this off, you just hold that button, the little lighting button, down for a couple of seconds, and it should turn right off. You may notice that it's still glowing, which is good. Let me turn some side lights off here. And I can't get to my other light, but it glows. Sorry. So it'll glow for quite a while. It is much brighter than it shows here, but it's not bad. So glowing, as I said, should only last about 30 minutes approximately, and then it'll be really, really dim. It'll still glow, but only in a really dark room will you notice it glowing. So what do I think about this? Well, after it's spending about 3 hours in my mouth, because I had to hold the light in place because there's no clip on it. So where I was standing, I couldn't get my regular lantern to stay upright between the high winds and the rain. It was a problem. I needed access to both my hands for what I had to do, fix the fence because it's blown down from the storm, and we got animals, so it was an emergency. It had to get done. So yeah, there's no clip on this. So anything like a knife clip would have been really nice, maybe down the side. I would really prefer it right down the back here, but I know you really can't because that silver thing on the back is the battery. There is no room that I can see. However, I have an idea on how to fix that. If I can get this apart, I might be able to make a clip that goes around both metal rings that comes across, and it doesn't have to go very far. It could be, off-centered a little bit so I don't obstruct the charging port. So this way I could put it on, say, a backpack, put it right on a piece of molly webbing on the shoulder, or on the edge of a hat, so I can have it pointing forward and then just hit the buttons as needed, especially if it's this way and the clip is backwards. That would give you both a downwards light, probably in your face, but yeah, it's better than nothing. Or even if I did it, sideways. But yeah, it needs a clip. So I will figure that out soon enough. But otherwise, great little light, considering it was in my mouth. So it is supposed to be IP65. So what, 6.5 feet in water I think it's supposed to be good for. In the rain it was fine. With me probably chewing and drooling on it, it was fine. Me accidentally hitting it with a hammer was fine. But yeah, not a bad little light. For about $21 on Amazon. I'm going to leave the link in the description. I am not affiliated with them. I am not affiliated with anything on Amazon at this time. So it's just going to be a link to it. If you click on it, I don't get anything for it. But they do make another version of this, which is black. It does not glow in the dark. The black one does not. The white, they call it white, but it's just pretty much clear. Here's the one that works. All right. So I will leave a description, as I said, and I'll also leave a link to the Facebook page where I did a detailed review on it as well, just written out with pictures, just in case you don't want to have to get blinded by the side light sections in the video. That is all. Thank you very much, and have a great night.